Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. बोलिए श्री वेदव्यास भगवान की जय. Hari Om. Good evening to this week 9th episode of Vision of Vedanta. We are looking into Tatwabodha. Tattva means essence, Bodha means knowledge. So the knowledge of the essence of who I am is Tatwabodha. In the last week's episode, we saw about Atma Kaha. What is Atma? Or rather, instead of asking what is Atma, the question can be, who am I? Actually, the right translation of the sentence is, what is I? What is, or rather, kaha means who am I? Here it's an inquiry about the I. And in the last week, we saw that it was Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirikta. It is different from the gross body, it is different from the subtle body, and it is different from the causal body. It is different from the 5 koshas, Pancha Kosha Atitaha. Exceeding the 5 koshas, beyond the 5 koshas, avasthatre sakshi. It is a witness of the waking state, it is a witness of the dream state, and it is a witness of the deep sleep state. Its real form is Sat Chit Anandaha, existence, knowledge, and bliss. Its real form is joy, its real form is knowledge, and its real form is existence, sun, that which is existing as that. Yes tishtati sa atma. What stands as it is atma. In the next chapter, so here there's a very sequential explanation of whatever is there. The first, in the beginning, Sri Adi Sankaracharya Bhagavan said, Atma kaha, who is Atma? Atma is beyond the Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karma Sharira. The next chapter now talks about what are the 3 bodies. That is the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. Sthula Shariram Kim Panchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaihi Kritam Satkarma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam Shariram Asti Jayate Vardhate Viparinamate Apakshiyate Vinashyati Iti Shad Vikaravat Sthula Shariram. So what is Sthula Shariram? Sthula means gross, something that you can physically see, hear, taste, smell, touch, and think about and feel, have emotions, feeling emotions about, is sthula sharir, is what is it called? It's sthula. Sthula means physically it's available for our experience. Sthula shariram. Shariram means body. Kim, what is that? Which means it is in the um, it is in the gross, it is in the Napumsaka Linga, which means I think we saw these two in the last. So, Stula Shariram and the Sukshma Shariram, we saw in the last session. Yattishtati, both the Stula Shariram and the Sukshma Shariram, it says it's talked about in the neuter gender. In the Stula Shariram, it says Etat. Etat, tat, sorry, tat, etat. Etat means something that's nearby. Tat means something that's far away. Etat means something that is nearby. Tat tishtati, etat. So, Stula Shariram is referred to as very close by, some physical object that is close by the experience of the Atma, Stula Shariram. Sukshma Shariram is Tat. Tat means far away, means Sukshma Shariram has got a larger area of expanse. Tat Sukshma Shariram. Apanchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaihi Kritam Satkarma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Sadhanam Pancha Jnanendriyani Pancha Karmendriyani Pancha Pranadayaha Manaschaikam Buddhishchaika Evam Saptadasha Kalabihi San. 17 parts to it. Yattishtati Tat Sukshma Shariram. So we will see what are the Pancha Jnanendriyani. The different parts of the Sukshma Shariram are being explained. Shrotram, Tvak, Chakshuhu, Rasana, Granam, Iti, Pancha Jnanendriyani, Shrotrasya, Devata, Shrotrasya, Dikdevata, Tvacho, Vayuhu, Chakshushaha, Suryaha, Rasanaya, Varunaha, Granasya, Ashvinau, Iti, Jnanendriya Devataha. There are every sense organ of perception has got a divine power that presides over that sense organ. So we think that we are the body, and because we have this body and it is living, we can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. No. Behind the sense organs are seated gods. So Shrotram, what are the 5 sense organs? The power of hearing, the ears, the skin, the eyes, the tongue, and the nose. So these are the 5 sense organs of perception. Jnana Indriyani. And who are the deities behind those 5 sense organs of perception? Shrotrasya Dik Devata. The directions, the 8 or the 10 directions, they're all the gods that are presiding over our ability to hear. Without those gods sitting there on duty, we do not have the power of hearing. So that is why this period of Uttarayanam and Dakshinayanam is there. These gods who reside, they are awake during the period of Uttarayanam, meaning all gods are awake. That's their waking time. The period of Dakshinayanam is the sleeping time for the gods. So all the auspicious activities that we need to do, if we schedule it during the month of January, mid-January to mid-June, then we will be very successful. So that is why Jyotisha is part of our Vedanga. When we have the knowledge of Jyotisha, we will function in tune with the sleeping and waking time of the gods. Where are the gods? The gods are within us. Shrotrasya Dik Devata. The gods of all the directions are guiding and presiding over the sense organs of perception. Then, Tvacho Vayuhu. We have the sense organ of skin, and the god who presides, God means Dyotanat iti Devaha, one who shines, one who plays, one who sports is called Deva. Tvacho Vayuhu. Vayu is the Devata who presides, who sports in the sense organ. His field of operation, his jurisdiction or area of operation in this human body is our skin. So Vayu Bhagavan has got from the top of the head to the tip of the toe, it is Vayu Bhagavan's field of operation. He is the one who is able to make us feel sensations. Chakshushaha Suryaha, the two eyes that we have, the presiding deity or the deity who sits in office on duty every morning, as soon as we open our eyes, Surya Bhagavan is sitting there on duty, officiating where we see, what we see, with what intention we see, everything is known to Surya Bhagavan. Chakshushaha Rasanaya Varunaha, this tongue. Varuna Bhagavan, the deity called Varuna, who is the lord of all the oceans, is sitting in our tongue. He is presiding deity of our tongue. So from morning, anything that we put into our tongue, whether we are dehydrated, whether we have enough water, whether we are taking coffee or tea or juice or food, rice, junk food, everything is recorded by Varuna Bhagavan. He is sitting there in our tongue. Rasanaya Varunaha. Granasya Ashvinau. The Ashwini Devatas, who are the divine physicians, are taking their office. They are in charge of the sense of smell in you, in me, and in all the jivas that are present in this universe, especially the humans and the animals, which have these kind of qualities. So, Rasanaya Varunaha Granasya Ashvinau iti Jnanendriya Devataha. Now, what is the object of the Devata? What is the purpose of that Devata? Or what is the purpose of that sense organ? What is that sense organ? What is the duty that the sense organ performs? That's also given. Shrotrasya Vishayaha Shabdagrahanam. Shrotra is a sense organ of hearing. What does it do? It holds sounds. Shabdagrahanam. It's a very, very scientific explanation of what are all these deities within. Deities means they are officiating powers. Shrotrasya Vishayaha. What are the deities sitting in the ears, behind the ears, with the power of the sense of hearing? That power grasps sounds. Tvacho Vishayaha Sparshagrahanam. This Varuna Devata, that is why whatever we may do to others, whatever we may touch, all our actions are recorded because the Varuna Devata is sitting there, and this Varuna Devata knows this person good touch, this person bad touch. Everything is recorded by Varuna Devata. And this Varuna Devata doesn't belong only to our body, all the bodies in this whole universe. So whoever come and touches whoever will be recorded. The recording is there in the Akashic records. Varuna Devata records our touching. His object is, the object of jurisdiction of Varuna Devata is who touches whom, what everybody experiences, cold, heat, sense organs of feeling is recorded by Varuna Devata. Then Sparsha Grahanam, holding the sense of touch, the experiencing the sense of touch. What are all the objects, emotions, and thoughts, whatever feelings we get, everything is recorded by the sense of touch in the skin by Varuna Devata. Chakshusho Vishayaha Rupa Grahanam, the eyes presided over by Surya Bhagavan, or the deity that emits light that we see, the deity of heat and light. It records all forms. So if I am able to, there is this very beautiful flower. The eyes are seeing the flower, but the recording of this information that it is flower, it is a chrysanthemum flower, is done by the power of seeing, which the presiding deity is Surya. Rupa Grahanam, whatever forms we see, this is a peacock feather, that is a lamp, there is a form of Sri Krishna, there is a garland around it, or whatever forms we see, that is recorded and registered by the sun god, who is the presiding deity of the eyes. Granasya, Chakshusho Vishayaha Rupagrahanam, Rasanaya Vishayaha Rasagrahanam, that presiding deity who operates in the field of our tongue, everybody's tongue, which is Varuna Devata. What is that Devata? The object of that Devata's perception is different types of taste. So we have the taste of sweet, salt, sour, tangy, and then we have bitter. All these tastes, the facility of recording these different kinds of tastes, the taste of water, the taste of coffee, the taste of tea, the taste of beverages, the taste of whatever we feel we put into our mouth, is experienced by the power of rasana, or the tongue, which is guarded by Varuna Devata, which is presided over by Varuna Devata. And then Granasya Vishayaha Gandhagrahanam. There may be some mild fragrance, there may be some different type of smell, different types of smells that we experience in the atmosphere. Everything is being recorded by the presiding deity of the nose, which are two people, twins, Ashwini, the Ashwini twins, who are the divine physicians. So that is why whenever you go to the doctor uses the sense of smell to discover so many things about our medical condition. So the divine physicians, the Ashwini brothers, are the presiding deities of the sense of smelling in our nose. So these are the 5 sense organs of perception. Then we have the 5 sense organs of action. Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upasthani, Iti, Panchakarmendriyani, Vacho Devata, Vahnihi, Hastayoho, Indraha, Padayoho, Vishnuhu, Payoho, Mrityuhu, Upasthasya, Prajapatihi, Iti, Karmendriya, Devataha, Vacho Vishayaha, Bhashanam, Panyoho, Vishayaha, Vastugrahanam, Padayoho, Vishayaha, Gamanam, Payoho, Vishayaha, Malatyagaha, Upasthasya, Vishayaha, Ananda, Iti. Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. There are 5 sense organs of action. What are they? Vak, speech. Pani, hands. Pada, feet. Upastha is the organ of reproduction. And Guda, Indriya. This Payu is the organ of excretion. So these are the 5 sense organs. Vatpanipada, Vachu Devata, the presiding deity of the power of speech is Agni. That is why we refer to speaking different forms of fire, fiery speech, fire in the speech, fire in the fiery. It's a heated debate. Many references to heat and fire will come when we refer to speech. Vacho devata vahnihi. These are all, these kind of information are not there in any of our scientific textbooks. This is a very spiritual guide to our core personality by Adi Sankaracharya, taken from the Vedas. And Vacho devata vahnihi. Fire is the god of speech, is the presiding deity of speech. Hastayoho Indraha, the presiding deity of hands or the power of working is with Lord Indra. Hastayoho Indraha. In the Rudram, Ayam me Hasto Bhagavan, Ayam me Bhagavattaraha. In these hands are the Lord Bhagavan. The greater is Supreme Bhagavan resides in the hands. Hastayoho Indraha. Hastayoho Indraha means Indra is a presiding deity for all actions that we do with our hands. Indra. So whenever we do something, the presiding deity for the actions is Indra. Hastayoho Indraha. Padayoho Vishnuhu. Vishnu is the deity that preserves this whole universe. And so when we span this universe with our feet, wherever we go, the deity of Vishnu is there in our feet. He is the one who is watching where we go and to what all places we go in this universe. When I went once to the Santana Srinivasa Perumal temple in Chennai, it is in Mogape. That is a temple which people say the deity came all the way from Vellore. The deity is almost 9 feet, like Tirupati Balaji. And since from Vellore it was bought by a big vehicle, and from Tirumangalam, where it was brought to, they were not able to take the deity by the vehicle for some reason. And so he was brought rolling. And so they say that Perumal is the one who came rolling for the sake of his bhaktas. And he was installed in that place. They say the temple is around 400 years old. And anybody who's having problem with conception of children, they go and pray in the temple on Paurnami. Today is Paurnami Masi Makam. So recalling that Bhagavan, where they go and pray for the issue of progeny, Santana Srinivasa Perumal temple. And so that Bhagavan, when I was I went there once, the priest in that Tayar Sanadi, Santana Lakshmi Tayar. So the priest was saying, you are going to go to America soon. Bhagavan will make you go to America. So I was wondering, actually I was going to the US at the time, next week or something. But why I said that was, Bhagavan knows where you are going, where you are moving. Meaning, Vishnu, Padayoho, the deity that presides over our feet, the deity that knows where we are moving through our feet is Vishnu. Padayoho, Vishnuhu. Payoho, Mrityuhu. The sense organ of excretion, or it is not only in the Guda Indriya or the organ of excretion, but through all parts of the body. If we remember, Panchikaranam is something how everything is mixed up. We'll be studying about what is this Panchikaranam. In every pore of the body, every other sense organ is also functioning. It is not that the eyes alone can see only this part. We say you can see even through the feet. You can see through the head. You can see from behind the head, because the power of every sense organ is present in a small, minuscule manner in other sense organs also. Payoho Mrityuhu. Mrityu Devata is a presiding deity of the organ of excretion. Mrityu Devata means Lord Yama, Mrityu, or the Devata that puts an end to everything. Excretion is an end to what goes into our body, because that is the place where everything comes out of the body. The finishing line of our body is Mrityu, or end. Upastha is the organ of reproduction, and the Devata that presides over the organ of reproduction is Prajapati, the Lord of all the Prajas. The one who creates progeny is Prajapati, and he is the presiding deity of the Upastha Indriya. He is present there in the Upastha Indriya, and he governs what comes in, what goes out, and what is experienced in the Upastha Indriya. There is no body shaming or sense of disgust in our Shastras when they talk about different sense organs, different parts of the body, and what are all the functions that they perform. And this kind of a knowledge is very essential for people. It'll not only prevent us to use our sense organs wisely, it also gives us the understanding that wherever we go, whatever we do, we are being watched, because the devatas are sitting inside us. We are not being watched by people outside us. We are being watched by people, by the divine beings that are sitting inside us. It was a very interesting video recently that was forwarded on WhatsApp, which showed about the human body and the kind of action, the kind of a machinery that is the human body, how the air goes in and how it is circulated, how the lungs are sending the oxygen and other nutrients through the lungs to different parts of the body, how food goes in. It is like a machinery. And very interesting thing that I noted was, in that machinery, it is not without people. Inside the nose, there are two people sitting and opening and closing. There's a door. There's something like a trap door that sends in the air, and two people are sitting there. In the digestive system, two people are sitting there. In that, it is a computer animation. Two people are sitting in the digestive system. In the throat area, one person is sitting, opening and closing. In the liver and all other parts of the body, there's somebody doing something there. So it is not a machinery without people to operate. And who are all the people who are operating are these devatas. Vacho devata. So, Vakpani pada vacho devata iti upastasya prajapatihi iti karmendriya devataha vacho vishayaha bhashanam. What is the object of this power of speech? Is to speak. Bhashanam. Panyoho vishayaha vastu grahanam. What is the object of the power in our hands to hold objects? Everything is so simple. What is the reason we need to hold? What is the reason we have our hands to hold something? If there's nothing to hold, we can keep the hands in a resting positions. There's no need to, if we have a mixie or a grinder, we don't, without any object inside, we don't let the grinder or mixie to be spinning. So in the same way, without any need for the hands to function, the object of holding, rest of the time it can be kept in a mudra, or it can be kept in a Brahma mudra, or it can be kept still, because the energy is still circulating. Our body is like a microphone that is switched on for 24 hours, or any machine that is on with 24 hours. It only needs to do that particular work when that work is given. If there is nothing to do, we don't need to use our hands. Panyoho vishayaha vastu grahanam. Holding an object is the purpose for hands. Padayoho vishayaha gamanam. What is the purpose of feet? Is to move. If we are not moving anywhere, we don't need to be moving the feet, shaking the feet, and keeping ourselves restless. Because any movement we give to the body, we are giving a consequent movement to the mind, and that makes the mind restless. The breathing is also restless, the mind is also restless. So if that particular work is not required to be done by any of these sense organs, especially the sense organ of speaking, if there is no particular reason for us to speak, the sense organ of speech can be quiet. If there's nothing to hold, the sense organ of the hands can be quiet. If there's nowhere to go, the sense organ of feet can be quiet. Then if there's nothing to excrete, the sense organ of excretion can be kept quiet. If there's nothing to reproduce, then sense organ of the upastha indriya can also be quiet. Upasthasya vishayaha, the object of that upastha indriya, or what does it perceive, the sense organ of reproduction perceives the experience of joy or ananda, experience of bliss is perceived by the sense organ of reproduction. Bliss or pleasure is what this organ of reproduction perceives. We experience pleasure through the sense organ of reproduction. Now we go to the causal body. The causal body is the cause, as the word says causal, which means that which is the cause for the Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, and the Sthula Sharira, or the gross body. Karana Shariram Kim Anirvachya Anadi Avidya Rupam Shariradvayasya Karanamatram Satsvarupa Ajnanam Nirvikalpaka Rupam Yadasti Tat Karana Shariram. So what is the Karana Sharira or causal body? Whether it is Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira or Karana Sharira, everything is bound by change and destruction. Shiryamanat Sharira. That which gets destroyed is called Sharira. So even the Karana Sharira gets destroyed at one point of time. Destroyed means it just disappears. There is no logic or reason for its existence. This Karana Sharira is Anirvachyam. Anirvachyam means you cannot explain what it is. To explain what is this Karana Sharira, suppose there is a pile of dirty clothes. There is a pile of clothes. We need not say dirty clothes. Yes, there is a pile of dirty clothes. There is a bucket full of clothes being washed, and there is a folded pile of clean clothes. Three things are there. This folded pile of clean clothes is very sattvic in nature because it is clean and it is folded. It is of the form of knowledge alone, sattva, guna. You cannot really explain what is the cleanliness of the clean clothes. You cannot explain that. At the same time, you cannot explain what is the dirtiness of the dirty clothes. You cannot explain what is the washing nature of the clothes being washed. There is no explanation possibility for that. We just know, okay, it is being washed, it is clean, it is dirty. That's right. So that is Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. You cannot explain it. You cannot explain means you cannot describe it in words. Like, you cannot explain the sweetness of sugar. You cannot explain the saltness of salt. It is anirvachyam. You cannot put it in words. Or feelings also. You cannot explain that feeling. Anirvachyam. Then, anadi. When did this feeling of ignorance come to me? When did this feeling of dirt come to me? Whenever. It has always been there. Anytime there was dirt, I have felt that I've got the feeling of dirty. Anytime there was cleanliness, I've got the feeling of cleanliness. Anytime there was movement, I've got the experience of movement. So you can never say at what time it was there. It was always there. Anadi. It does not have a beginning. Then, what is its nature? Avidya Rupam. This Karana Shariram or causal body What is the exact nature of that causal body is avidya. Avidya means I don't know. I don't know means what? In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, very beautiful, there are the 5 kleshas. Kleshas or impurities of the mind. And the first one is avidya. The second is asmita. The third is raga. Fourth is dvesha. And the fifth is abhinivesha. I'm not going into the asmita and the abhinivesha, but only the description for avidya. Avidya description is अनित्य अशुचि दुख अनात्मसु नित्य शुचि सुख atmakyati hi avidya. So the nature of this causal body is avidya rupa. What is the form of this causal body? Its form is the I don't know thought. What is this I don't know thought? I don't know who am I. That is the form of this causal body. Because I don't know who am I am projecting my subtle body and gross body and I am being born on earth. If I know who am I will not project anything. I will be quiet. There is no birth. There is no death. So, anitya. Anitya means something that is not permanent. Ashuchi. Something that is impure. Something that gives me sorrow. Dukkha. And something that is not I. Not I. I'm not that. But these 4 qualities, believing that it is nitya, permanent, shuchi, pure, sukha, it gives me joy, and atma vastu, it is I, is called avidya. So avidya rupam means the causal body, nature of the causal body is avidya. And then what does it do? Sharira dvayasya karana matram. It is a cause for the subtle body, and the subtle body is the cause for the gross body. The causal body is the cause for the subtle body, and because it has produced the subtle body produces the gross body. So the causal body is responsible for the birth of the sukshma shariram and the stula shariram, the subtle body and the gross body. Karana matram sat swarupa ajnanam. This causal body, it does not know who am I, the true self. The self is a witness for this causal body. I am the witness for this book, this diary. This diary does not know who am I. The object cannot know who is the person seeing the object. In the same way, the causal body is the object. The causal body does not know the seer of the causal body. Sat swarupa. Sat means existing, essence. Swarupa means the essential form. Ajnanam, the object, the causal body does not know the seer, the truth, the self. Satswarupa ajnanam. What is the nature of this causal body? It does not change. Does the dirt in the dirty clothes change? No. There is no difference in the dirt in the dirty clothes. Does the cleanliness in the clean clothes change? There is no difference in the cleanliness of the clean clothes. There may be a difference in the gradations in cleanliness. There can be no difference in cleanliness. In the same way, everybody sleeps at night. The quality of sleep may be different from person to person, but the sleep of the king and the sleep of the prince and the sleep of the pauper, the sleep of the policeman, the sleep of the mother, the sleep of the son is the same sleep. It is not different. The sleep thought is not different thought from person to person. It is not different in us also. It is not different between us. Everybody sleeps the same. So everybody, when they go to sleep, they forget the true nature. They forget who they are. That forgetfulness is the same in everybody. It does not have any modifications. Nirvikalpaka rupam. Any modifications means sleep has no different thought. It is just one thought, the sleep thought. nirvikalpaka rupam yat asti, that which is existing in this manner, meaning anirvachyam, inexplicable, cannot be mentioned or spoken about or described in words or diagrams or experienced by us also. You cannot experience the dirt of the dirty cloth. You cannot experience the cleanliness of the clean cloth. You can only know it as a thought. It cannot be experienced as a feeling. So, the disgust we may experience in dirt and the likability of cleanliness is only our likes and dislikes. It is not the cleanliness and the dirt that we experience. Anadi. It does not have a beginning at all. Avidya Rupam. Its form is avidya. It is not, its form is ignorance. Sharira dvayasya karana matram. It is a cause for the subtle body and the gross body. Satsvarupa ajnanam. It is ignorant of its own true self. Nirvikalpaka rupam. It is nirvikalpa, meaning it does not have any modifications. It is of one nature only, of that form of existence. Yadasti tat karana shariram. Even the karana shariram is referred to as tat, means that. That means something that is far away from this physical body. Everywhere it is existing. There is a karana shariram. The causal body is everywhere. It has got no beginning and its end is there. It ends with knowledge. Then it cannot be explained. What it is cannot be told. We know that there is a manifestation of sattva guna, there is a manifestation of rajoguna, and there is a manifestation of tamoguna, but we cannot pinpoint and say this is sattva guna in space, this is rajoguna. We cannot pinpoint and say, we cannot show it in any monitor or meter. Satsvarupa ajnanam, avidya-rupam, Sattasvarupa ajnanam. All the three gunas which we experience within us do not realize or experience the truth. We are the ones, the I is the one that can witness the gunas. Nirvikalpaka. It does not have any modification. The gunas don't modify. Yadasti tat karana shariram. Basically, it is not all the three gunas. It refers to the tamo guna or the quality of ignorance. Tat karana shariram. The three states of the Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti, we will look into in our next Sunday's session. Tomorrow, we will have Bhagavad Gita in Tamil. Bhagavad Gita Swami Chinmayanandarin Parvayil, chapter 14, or the three gunas. We studied about the Karana Shariram, which refers to avidya, or the experience of the three gunas in us. So tomorrow, the description of the three gunas is going to be given in chapter 14. We can all tune in from 6:30 to 7:10. Om Om Sarvesham Swastir Sarvesham Shantir Sarvesham Purnam Sarvesham Mangalam Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Bole Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva.